What's going on, everybody? So, as we wrap up 2024, almost to the new year, let's take time and show love and appreciation. Give some flowers to a few silhouettes that stood out to me within this year. Maybe not on a top 10 list, and I'm still drafting my top 10 list. Like, it's really these last two slots. I keep putting pairs on, I keep taking them off. So, as soon as I have that together, I'm gonna get my ish together this weekend and work on them. But for this specific list, very short list, again, I just want to show some love and appreciation to silhouettes where I see them on feet in person, certainly online, or maybe they are just favorites of mine. And it doesn't mean I got around to purchasing them in 2024, or maybe I already own them. And before we dive into those pairs, I believe it's like 5 or 6, quite possibly, let's just go over two favorites that I picked up this year, and it doesn't have to do with sneakers. No, it actually centers around clothing. So I believe I've already showcased in a video here one of the Black Friday pickups that I made, the Nike woven everyday pants for women, and I got them on deep discount. So I believe I paid like $25 for the first pair. Well, I love the way they fit so much. I went ahead and purchased another pair in I believe it's called Sunrise, but just think of it like a really burnt rustic orange, deep orange color. I purchased those as well. Now, these were on sale at Dick's Sporting Goods, so just giving you guys a heads up to be patient, like I've said so many times this year, and maybe just wait for a sale. So one, the green pair or the jade pair is in a size medium, and the Sunrise pair, they are in a small, and I actually prefer the way the small fits over the medium. But if you are interested, women, in a pair of nylon pants that you can cinch really nicely at the bottom, but you don't necessarily want cargo pants, then yes, I think this is a good option. And so you guys are seeing two different looks on screen with these pants, very similar. Like, really, it's only a color swap for the items in the outfit itself. So wearing my cropped white tank, because we already know this is a staple for me. So the cropped white tank for the base, the pants for each fit, and then for footwear, decided to go with the Air Max 97 for both looks. So I have that darker spruce green colorway, and then also just the triple white. And I've said before, I would prefer a triple white 97 over just like an Air Force One for the summertime. Now, that's just where I am. It is just where I am. And then for the layer on top of the crop, because we are officially like in winter, we're approaching winter, depending on when you're viewing this, or we've already crossed over to that official date. The Jordan Women's Distressed Cardigan. I need Jordan brand. Listen, women's team, I need you guys to dive into that cardigan bag a little bit more. I need gray. I'm not gonna say need. Okay, let me catch myself. Not need, because I will live without cardigans. Would be a great thing to have. Gray. Ooh, a cream would really hit. A cream would hit nicely. If we could toss an olive green in there, I'm really just throwing out my wish list here, Jordan Women's Team, and I'm really hoping that you see this. I might end up tagging one of you in this. No shade, no cap. Might end up tagging one of you in this just so I can, get my message across. Other colorways I think would be awesome to have in this cardigan. But the cardigan, Jordan Women's Distressed Sweater, and then a beanie. Not the one that I'm wearing, but shout out to the WNBA. And Asia Wilson, 6-year extension that will be the most lucrative for a women's basketball player in Nike history. Top tier motion. Okay, but no, rocking a Nike beanie for each fit. So you guys can just see kind of how they're broken down. But those are two of my favorite pickups this year, the cardigan and then the nylon woven pants. So I've pulled back on so much in terms of buying clothing or even sneakers, but these were certainly gems for me in 2024. But all right, let's go ahead and get into some silhouettes I think deserve some love, some appreciation, but again, not making my personal top 10 list. The very first one, you guys know I've raved about this, and funny enough, this picture, so I posted a string of pictures on Instagram at talks.with.tj of the Adidas Samba XLG. This is like my most liked photo or post, I should say, for 2024. I'm not even sure why it went off the way that it did, but you know what? I appreciate the love and respect on that post. So the Samba XLG, I've said it in both reviews because I have it in this color, and then I called it like the Grande Latte. It really is just like more of a beige or like light brown colorway there. But Adidas got it right in terms of really exaggerating the fit itself, the silhouette, but they kept the classic aesthetic that you are used to seeing. We still have the gum bottom. I really love like the padded tongue. It's just a really nice touch. And I see, again, when I've traveled this year in 2024, I've seen these on feet by people. So many people have inquired about this specific silhouette from me, probably more than any other sneaker in 2024. So I just wanted to go ahead and show love to the Samba XLG. It's a personal favorite of mine. I throw them on all the time, but it's not going to make like my top 10 list, but nonetheless, still a really great pair. Next, I don't own this silhouette yet. I don't own this silhouette yet. I am very loosely thinking about pairs that may even be added to my collection in 2025, as I'm still going to be getting rid of stuff. We'll talk about my goals for 2025 once we cross over into the new year. But the P6000, so I've seen some people say it is the more economic or budget friendly option to the Vomero 5, and you can certainly think of it that way because the retail price is not as high as a Vomero 5. It's not at 160, but I certainly think it deserves a lot of love and appreciation and respect, just because in 2024 I see that shoe a lot on people's feet, on their Instagram. Like, I see that shoe a lot. And an awesome collaboration that occurred this year, near the end of this year, like right around my birthday, was with Make Way. And so shout out to them. They are located in Canada. I would love to get up there sometime, hence I need to make sure I get all my passport stuff in order. But Make Way, just the rollout, the story, it's literally founded by women with the intention of serving women, but also uplifting women within business and footwear. It's such a male-dominated industry. So much love and respect to them. The P6000, I love the aesthetic of it. There are certainly, I'm not going to say some colorways. There is one colorway that has me in a chokehold, but we're also going to talk about that in a future video of how this colorway has just become the go-to for brands. So comment below if you can actually guess what that colorway is for runners specifically, like the retro runner vibe. Comment below if you can guess what this colorway is. But shout out to the P6000 for being just honestly a great solid pair. Let's move on. New Balance, okay? So I see this pair when I'm in the grocery store. My niece has them. So many young adults have them. Okay, that is the New Balance 9060. So for some people, still wanting to call these just the dad shoes, right? New Balance is still just for dads. It's really not. But if you want to continue to, I don't know, lie to yourself, like, it's certainly moved. It's surpassed being just a dad shoe. And I know it may be hard to grasp that people really love being in New Balance sneakers for lifestyle, but we do. And specifically just the gray colorway, everyone and their mom wants them. Now, we know what gray day means for New Balance, but with casual individuals really loving this specific model, but then also this colorway, I gotta give a shout out to it. It was one of my favorites. You guys already know, 2023, well, I want to say 2022 heavily, and then 2023 still a favorite of mine, so gotta pay respect to that. Let's stay within New Balance also real quick, and let's just give, you know, some respect to the 1906. Now, this should kind of give you an idea. I said the sneakers in this video are not on my personal top 10. That would mean any variation of a 1906, so yes, that does mean that the Action Bronson 1906 is not making my personal top 10 list. I know that it's made a lot of other top 10 lists. It's just not going to make it for me. Again, it's subjective. It's mine. It just won't make it onto my list. I have another pair in mind that is going to take the slot, I think, of where a lot of people have put that. And again, it's just my personal preference of top 10. But I do see, you know, again, we see the 1906 all over. It doesn't matter if it's the L, the R, the D, the A. It's just really whole alphabet lesson here for the 1906. So I believe this was my first pickup. I want to say maybe 2022 or 23. You know what? It's been a long time, okay? It's been a long time, so I don't specifically remember which year it was the very first pickup, but just know that it was added. Very comfortable. It is a slimmer silhouette than a lot of other New Balance models that you will see. So if you want something that is a little bit more streamlined, I do think the 1906 is a great option for you. So the very last one that is going to make my list here, and I have it. I don't have the other two colorways that have really stood out to me, but that would be the New Balance 991 V2. Now, I firmly understand why some people may not immediately run to this sneaker. One, it is one of the priciest sneakers for retail at $249.99, so essentially $250. Now, that doesn't mean that New Balance fans are not still racing out to get the pairs that they want or the colorways that they want, because they certainly do. Now, the Turbulence colorway, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Every time I see it on my timeline, okay, I absolutely love it. And then there is the other colorway. I'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen. One of my absolute favorite mutual follows on Instagram just picked up that pair of his 991 V2. So I think it is a silhouette that flew under the radar a little bit, but just based on a lot of the love and appreciation I see it receiving within just, I should say, maybe the New Balance community of those just super fans of this silhouette, I think it does deserve a little bit more respect. This is one where I would be open to owning multiple pairs, again, based on the colorway, but super appreciative to New Balance for actually sending that one over. So I guess a lot of that appreciation was shown to New Balance, but also threw in the P6000 into there. So please go ahead and comment below. Are there silhouettes where you really appreciated them for what they were? Maybe you saw them a lot on foot and you thought, you know what, respect, like you give it a head nod. It's possibly not making your top 10, but you give it a head nod. Go ahead and comment any of those silhouettes below. Again, it doesn't need to be a specific colorway. It can just be a silhouette or a specific model for a brand. Comment that below. If you guys didn't already check out one of my recent videos, I don't think you guys are okay. Not all of you, but I don't think some of you are okay in, again, internalizing OG retro sitting. I've seen restocks already for the Air Jordan 11 Legend Blue. I think a lot of people didn't pick up their raffles in stores. So do you know what that means? People who want to take their time and go get the shoe, they're able to get the shoe. And I think that's amazing. We are in good times in 2024. Unless you're a reseller or your identity is somehow tied to these sneakers, in which, hey, I would address that before we enter 2025. I would address that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.